capital of America. Your insider's guide to everything San Diego beer, business, and real estate. Real estate expert, merchant services guru, certified beer judge, beer geeks, and two guys whose parents are so very, very proud. Your hosts, Dave Worth and Andy Killian. This is Craft City Listing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Craft City. Hi, Dave.
Live from the UTC area.
Half of that is true. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. I am happy that it's almost what I call the freaking weekend.
That's right.
That's an R. Kelly lyric. So says my wife.
You don't know that on your own?
No.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
Well, I've got...
Great artist, though. Celebrate his entire catalog.
I don't know how you celebrate it, but I'll let you figure that out.
Yeah,
and
I don't.
keep it to yourself, maybe.
Yeah, I will.
David.
Yes.
David Worth, real estate mogul. David Terrence-Worth of Canada is a real estate mogul.
Yep.
And he joins me, Andy Killian, merchant services guru, here on Craft City Listing, where we are a network, a safe space where you can talk business, beer, and encourage others who enjoy both those things. Isn't that right, David?
Yep.
Isn't that what you are? Someone who enjoys business.
I'm professional.
Beer. That's right.
Very professional.
I know.
Despite what you may think.
Mm-hmm. And where's my fart button?
Yeah, I know. And I enjoy, drink, and support craft beer here in San Diego. It feels naked. We're in a different studio today, and I feel naked without the sound effects.
I know.
Our listeners are like, thank God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a listener. I'm not happy about it.
What'd you think of my IPA? Let's break it down.
Oh, yeah. So, David, you shared with me an IPA, a growler of your beautiful new homebrew.
Direct from Coronado, which is my garage.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you get to use that fresh Coronado spring water.
Yeah.
It's so famous.
Yeah, it's more expensive.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Now, it was beautiful. The pour was great head retention on that IPA.
It was looking good.
Absolutely. Super clarity for a heavily dry hopped beer. Am I right, David?
True that.
So what'd you dry hop?
Citra and a little bit of Chinook, or we call it in Canada, we call it Chinook because we have a prevailing wind that everyone calls it Chinook.
No way.
But people here call it Chinook.
What was Canada's first president, David?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Number one, they don't have presidents.
No, we have prime ministers.
Yeah.
We had like monarchy.
I think his name was like Jimmy McDonald.
Okay. I'm glad
Does that sound right?
You and your USD
Christopher
education.
Dubois. Okay, so it had a great nose from all that Citra and Chinook dry hopping. You get into the taste. Nice and dry. Seems like everything's going right.
Things are getting a little bumpy.
Everything's going right until it starts sneaking towards the back of your mouth.
Yep.
Oxidation.
I know.
And we talked about this, David. What'd you do?
Frustrating. I put in my hops. I dry hop before I cold crash.
That's right. Dry hopping is when you add hops at the very end of fermentation to contribute to aroma. And it's important to get that down to 38, 39 degrees before adding those dry hops.
I did that at about 65, so shame on me. It was turning out to be a really good beer. And then I was like, drop that in. And then I talked to you like 2 days later. I'm like, I just dry hopped. And you're like, did you cold crash? And I was like, no. And then I knew in my heart.
It happens to the best of us.
Yep. Anyways, lesson learned. I call it failing forward.
Yeah. You're going to make another IPA and you're going to get it right.
Yep.
And everything you did right up to there, also going to be right. And it's going to be beautiful.
Anyways, it was fun. It's fun sharing with you.
David, it's been like 5 minutes. So obviously there's another intellectual property dispute on involving craft beer, right?
It's kind of becoming fun.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the next one. Who's gonna like go after somebody?
Well, I want to revisit this one that we talked about last week, which was the Bell's lawsuit against Innovation Brewing Company.
Yes,
right, because Bell's had something on something
big dog versus little dog.
Yeah, Bell's doing like 250,000 barrels.
That's it.
And they were suing Innovation Brewing Company over the use of the word innovation by Innovation Brewing. Well, Bell's is named Bell's, not Innovation. One of their cases says brewing innovation since blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the only thing they did.
Not even that cool of a tagline.
Right.
Yeah.
So I came out kind of in support of Bell's on this particular issue. I felt like maybe they might be justified if they, and because Bell's had come forward and said, we've approached Innovation Brewing about this for the last year, asked them to do something to correct this, offered to give them money to help rebrand, etc. And I'm like, dude, it seems like you guys went above and beyond to help make this right. Well, guess what, David?
What?
Bell's has not registered the trademark in which innovation is used.
Touche.
Yeah, it's over. I'm done siding with you, Bell's. It's easy. You register, you get a lawyer, you call Candace Moon, craft beer attorney, and she registers your trademark. It's that easy. If you've had a problem with it for a year, you could have registered it within the last year, but they haven't registered the G-Dang trademark, David.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's one thing. You know what the other thing is?
Bart?
Yeah. You know the beer that they're talking about in this case?
I do vaguely. I definitely know the transit system that has nothing to do with beer that they're discussing.
Super confusing. Mass transit and beer, obviously. Now, Bay Area Rapid Transit. I used to be a resident of the Bay Area.
You
for
were?
a little bit.
Where'd you live?
I lived in San Jose,
Huh.
right outside Cupertino.
I don't see you in San Jose area.
Well, that's hurtful. So I don't know how else I'm supposed to take it.
I feel like you'd be more like a
What's the word?
Alameda, Oakland,
You're more of a Modesto kind of person.
Walnut Creek with all the yuppies.
I see you in American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Modesto.
So hip.
Anyway, so BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, sued 50/50 Brewing Company for their BART, barrel-aged, really tasty barley wine.
Now it's getting ridiculous.
Stupid.
So stupid.
Like, and as I posted on our Facebook page, facebook.com/craftcitylisting, I posted that according to what Candace Moon has told us, it's based on how easy it is to confuse the consumer with this. So you see a train.
You show up in the grocery store. You're like, yeah, I'm here to catch the BART. And you just stand in front of the beer cooler. It's not the rapid transit system.
Yeah.
What the?
And there's like this tycoon that walks in with a monocle and a suit. He's like, hello, I am here to purchase public transportation. No, we just have the beer. I'm confused.
I could just see somebody on the rapid transit looking around for the tap room. They're like, what the? That guy's on mushrooms and that guy's
got a monocle.
taking a pee in the corner and where's the beer?
I don't get it. It's just the most ridiculous thing. And apparently you can get sued. Candace chimed in on this post. You can make a claim on public works or publicly recognizable things. So you can't just go and say Arnold Schwarzenegger ale because he's a recognizable person. Nobody's going to confuse your beer for Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
they
obviously
may for a rapid transit system though.
Yep. Apparently that qualifies. Even if it's a crappy rapid transit system.
How long do you think it is till Nissan sues me for Versa?
Oh, dude, I'm waiting.
Versa real estate team?
That's on everything.
You hear that, Nissan? I'm putting up a fight. Bring it.
He's lawyering.
Yeah, I'm lawyered up. I had a craft beer attorney on my side.
Yeah, lawyered up against Nissan. I would be impressed how well you could do if you can do that well.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I just changed the name.
That's probably a better idea.
Yep.
So here's what we got going on, dude. I was also driving through Hillcrest. Okay.
That's where my office is.
Right.
Yep.
So you drive there regularly.
Yep. Not a Nissan Versa.
Not a Nissan Versa. Well, now you're definitely getting sued. And they're doing all this construction. I had no idea what the heck was going on. They're doing a traffic calming thing.
Yes.
They had a big meeting about it, I think 2 nights ago, a referendum, a town hall on traffic calming, and it's for biking.
It's a little late. I mean, changes are made for the most part, at least through Bankers Hill.
Right.
Anyways, go on. Sorry,
I'm just
you.
wondering, like, what impact does like a traffic calmed bicyclist friendly neighborhood kind of do for the real estate?
It's a good
market.
Great point. So we got 2 neighborhoods where that may be an issue. One of them right now is Carmel Valley. Have you heard anything about this One Paseo project?
Oh,
they're trying to put
One
in
Paseo.
there?
Yeah, I see all the protesters.
And they did the same thing in Mission Valley. Because if you've been to Mission Valley, nobody likes Mission Valley. Let's be honest. Sorry if you live there, but nobody likes it. It's a mess over there all the time. It's just like cars and angriness and just it's not good. But they have too many people. In an area where the infrastructure, it's high density, can't support it. They're fearing the same thing's going to happen in Carmel Valley.
Okay.
Right? So
they're not the same areas by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and there's about probably 10,000 other reasons why they're all up in arms about the One Paseo, but part of it is like making it too hot. Yeah, well, whatever, bring it on. Them and Nissan. So, but yeah, that's an area where the traffic calming is probably going to come up. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to live in a busy neighborhood.
Right.
Who does? So traffic calming, as far as from a real estate perspective, I think it can only be a positive thing.
So you think by doing that to Fifth Avenue, some of the prices around Fifth Avenue might be.
I don't know if they'll directly relate to it, but I think it's one of those things that it's going to improve the appeal of the neighborhood. Like, think about if North Park's a really busy place, like that corner of 30th and University.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the thing's just, I mean, it's packed all the time.
Yep.
And then you get down by the 805 and it's a mess. I would hedge to bet that if they went in there and did a little bit of traffic calming in that neighborhood,
Make it a little more
that would only make it that much
cyclist-friendly.
more.
Yeah, and it seems to me that it would be more feasible in North Park to do that than it would be in Hillcrest.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that crazy?
Hillcrest is all one-way streets. Like what they've done on Fifth is great. I don't know if you've been up there, but if you go from downtown up to Hillcrest, they've basically made almost an entire lane, like full lane, just
for the bike
for bikers.
So what road would that be?
Fifth.
Fifth. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, for people that are commuting from downtown into Hillcrest and vice versa, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're having town halls. What's there to talk about?
Well, apparently, so they were what was on the table was, do we do more of this traffic calming? Do we do more of this to make it cyclist friendly? And everybody there that participated in the meeting was cyclist friendly. And everybody on the board said no. All the people that ultimately were voting on the issue, like, kind of shot down traffic calming efforts. And I've seen a lot of, big hurt feelings on this. And it makes sense to me. Like, you participated and everybody that participated was cyclist friendly, and then it got shut down.
I've lived in some other big cities, man, and it's like San Diego, just as far as public transit, and it's not the best city for that.
No, absolutely not.
And we've seen all the new bikes all over the Deca bikes or Deco bikes or whatever. I mean, dude, that's kind of the direction San Diego's going in, so you may as well just roll with it.
Right? Puns?
Yeah.
No? Unintentional puns?
That was unintentional, but good catch.
Yeah. I'm good at those wordplay things.
Yep.
Dude, we got people coming on. We're about coming up on our break.
Awesome.
We're joined by David and Victoria, Border X Brewing Company. Not only that, but of San Diego Beer and Art Fest. Is that coming up tomorrow, you guys?
Yes.
That's happening tomorrow? We're going to get into it a little bit more with you guys. We're going to talk Border X. We're going to talk the Barrio. And we're going to talk art with you guys. I think I'm pretty pumped about that. But right now, we're coming up on our break. We will be joined by David and Victoria and David Terrenceworth.
Yes.
Extra Tasty Crispy.
Yep.
When we return.
Alrighty.
This is Craft City Listing.
I'm Big Stu. I'm 62, retiring in a few years, just like you. I've worked my tail off for nearly 4 decades to get where I'm at today, and I need to make certain my retirement money is protected, not just for me, but my beautiful wife, who is, let's just say, a few decades younger. She has time to let her piggy bank ride, and will most likely outlive my children and collect my large life insurance policy. But for me, my portfolio roller coaster is coming to an end. Safe, predictable income, and principal protection makes this guy's retirement stress-free, whether the market goes up or down. If your retirement picture is like mine, which I'm sure it is, minus a young wife, of course, you need to call me today, Big Stu, at 800-313-PLAN. It's time to shift your retirement dollars to a stress-free, no-nonsense retirement plan, where things like job reports, fiscal policies, and quantitative easing won't mess up your grand retirement plan. Call Big Stu, 800-313-PLAN. That's 800-313-PLAN. Call me today, Big Stu, at 800-313-PLAN.
California license number 0505247.
Hey, Craig Sewing here, committed to teaching you how to win in any marketplace. Look, we're now at the new year, and we're looking at our New Year's resolutions, and we have all of these goals, whether it's our diet, our working out, our how we're going to treat our spouses or our kids, or maybe we're just going to stop using 4-letter words. Well, let me tell you about a 4-letter word that I don't like. It's debt. I want you to get out of debt this year. I want 2015 to be the year that you are debt-free. Now, sometimes it's tough to get out of debt because you don't know where to start. Do you negotiate these debts? Do you consolidate them? Which ones do you pay off first? Look, when it comes to your debt, there's no one better to talk to than a good friend of mine. You hear him on Financial Fridays, Gary Quackenbush. Call Gary. He's here in San Diego, and he can help you. 855-MY-GQ-LAW. Call Gary. He will chat with you for free about your debt. It's not a fun topic, but it's time we hit it head on. 855-MY-GQ-LAW. 855-MY-GQ-LAW, or visit him at gqlaw.com.
Welcome back
So happy to be here on a Thursday evening.
We are back and we are back in black.
Yep.
Ready to
Drinking Dave's Oxidized IPA. Yeah.
It could, yeah. It's all right, dude. It's gonna be awesome next time.
You know, you're always like the most sensitive about your own beers that you create.
You've made yourself vulnerable, David. You put out an artistic expression of David Worth.
I drink single source. Okay, let's not even get into it.
Not bulletproof coffee.
Let's
Dave.
talk about the Barrio, Border
Please.
X, Beer and Art Festival.
Yeah. We're joined here with David and
beer
Victoria.
and art or
Good
beer
morning.
art?
Beer and art.
Beer
But
and
also
art.
beer art. Is that not correct?
And beer art.
Because you guys are doing, what is it called? 64 ounces to freedom? What is it? No, I'm just kidding.
64 ounces of creativity.
64 ounces of creativity.
Yes.
Now, what's that all about? What's going on with this? And this is tomorrow at the Beer and Art Fest that this event is taking place?
Okay, it's going to be tomorrow at 5 p.m. at Border X. Mm-hmm. And it's
What's the address at Border X?
2181 Logan Avenue.
Beautiful.
Yes. So it's going to be a growler art show. So we have
So
multiple.
what's a growler art show? Let's talk about
growler
that.
art show. So everyone kind of has an idea of what a growler is. So it's 64 ounces, big glass bottle.
Yep.
And we have over 20 artists decorating on the growler any way that they choose. If it's acrylic paint, if it's adding rhinestones, adding any kind of additional art to it.
Do you know if anybody's going to be like etching? Because that would be risky. I don't know if.
We haven't seen one yet,
Okay.
but I know people have tried
Oh,
as far
wow.
as when they post pictures saying, hey, look at my growler. I was
Oh, that's
doing."
awesome.
Yeah, but it's fabulous.
So 20 people have already entered.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And we're still taking in art today, and we only have like one tomorrow. But we have a lot of growlers in already.
Beautiful. And are they already there displayed? And is there like a judging that's
We have
happening
them
tomorrow?
hiding until
Okay.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Most people set up
gotta
their
lift-
show the
gotta
night
lift
before.
the veil.
Exactly. I wanted to be surprised when people walk in. But
That's
yeah.
awesome. I think that's such a cool idea. And I know, I know that at Culture Brewing, they actually had like an artist come in and do a special run of growlers for them. So I think this is catching on. The brown glass jug, the growler, is kind of a blank.
It's fabulous.
canvas,
And even
right?
if someone sees something and that they love and they want to use it to go put beer in it, it's even better.
Now, are they doing a little bit of a Border X kind of theme with any of them?
We have a couple people coming in with the Border X thing, but we just kind of gave it free range to artists to kind of do whatever they want. And the best thing about it is we're going to have a first and second place.
Who's judging that?
The San Diego Beer and Art Fest team, and then one of the owners from Border,
From Border X?
Yes,
So
David-
it's like a competition as well.
exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
David, are you going to be one of the judges?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, you are. Because you're
pretty
like an
excited.
artist yourself, are you not?
Yes,
I believe we talked a little bit about this.
Yes,
So what's your kind of style of art here?
just creativity, really.
Yeah?
Just giving the artists a chance to get their art out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, and that's one of the things I like about Border X. So, Dave, you haven't been there yet, but you love the Barrio.
Way to embarrass me on there.
Sorry,
I
dude.
know you should be there.
It's a fairly new. You guys are you just had your grand opening a month ago or so, right?
Yes.
So it's not out of the question, David. It's
But we've
okay.
been in Logan for about a year already.
Oh.
See, look
Yeah.
what you're doing. Do you see
I'm
what you've done?
Let's move past this quickly.
So
But if you go in there, it's a beautiful space, and they have an entire section of the room, black walls, so that the art that they hang or they set in
Yes,
there,
our
it
gallery space.
Yeah, it pops out of there. It's well lit. It's a good place to just go and get introspective.
And you guys do like a lot of events at Border X.
yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We try to host an art show every 2 weeks, and we just did the Latino Film Festival. At the end of this month, on Sunday, we're doing an art market. So they kind of close down our back parking area, and we have like 10 to 15 vendors set up.
That's
and
so
it's like
cool.
a little mini farmer's market, but for art.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Do you think the Barrio is in particular kind of like really catching fire with like art as far as like an art scene?
Definitely, yes.
Because I mean, I look around San Diego. I don't know where an art scene would be, but when I go to the Barrio, having no clue myself, I go, I think this is what an art scene looks like.
Guess who gets fired up about the Barrio?
You do.
I get real fired up.
I know.
I get real fired
It's
up.
popping off, man.
It is.
Well, there's so much culture and passion there.
So what's driving that? So like I'm looking at it from the culture, cool stuff's going on, amazing coffee roasters, breweries moving in there, architecture firms, all that kind of stuff. What's driving it from your perspective? Because you guys have been there a while, so you're seeing it change, and it's changing pretty rapidly.
Yes.
Because I know in the real estate, like especially commercial real estate world, everyone's looking at that area. And I think part of it is they're trying to get ahead of any kind of downtown development to the bridge.
Exactly.
But then, what's the other half of it? Like, what do you guys think?
I definitely believe it's a strong part of it is the artists, the art galleries that are coming in. Like there's different venues around there that are also always holding shows. So it just makes it more of like a lively place to be. Like now it's like the new art district. Everyone wants to go down to Barrio Logan and go check out all these cool spots. And now the brewery's down there. So it just gives it more of a reason to be.
So do you think it's because people made space available to display and to encourage artists to come kind of forward? And do you think that's what it was? Is just kind of providing the space and then everybody
I think it's
shows
always
up?
been there. It's just no one really noticed it. No one paid attention to it.
Right. That's awesome. No, I think it's really popping off. What else is so the San Diego Beer and Art Fest? We got the 64 ounces of creativity.
Yeah, and we're going to have our food truck there, Simply Fresh. We're also going to have DJ Viejo Lobo in the back. We have sponsorships by Craft Cartel, Brewheads. Ryan Brothers is also setting up, and they donated coffee to kind of promote.
They make great coffee, by the way.
Yeah,
Single
sober
source.
up and drive home, basically.
Yeah, not today.
The single source.
Gosh, I need you to get the wool beanie off your head.
Yeah. Shave the neck beard.
Shave the neck beard.
I'm so clean cut.
Right on. So so you got food trucks, you got art.
Yes.
You got Ryan Brothers coffee.
Yes.
You've got. Are you
Beer.
going to have the art vendors back there too? Are they going to be selling their stuff or anything going on?
So we should have 3 vendors set up. We have Bottlecraft, I believe. They make art out of beer bottles. They cut them.
I don't know if it's Bottlecraft because that's an actual
No,
name of the
that's
store.
a beer store. Well, they make crafty
Not
bottle
the same,
stuff.
but-
Yeah. Take that. There you go.
We'll get
Way
there
to turn
next
that
time.
around.
Yeah, so then we also have Craft Cartel vending. He makes apparel, and then there's also an artist that will be setting up, selling their art and T-shirts and stuff like that.
So Craft Cartel, they sell their stuff at their apparel at excuse me,
Border X.
Border X. See, we're
And
all
his
getting
theme
tongue
is the
twisted here.
1920s.
His theme is the
The
1920s.
Prohibition, yes.
So that's like kind of the style of his shirt, like his
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
his
he's
branding.
kind of going back for that gentleman
Yeah.
look where you'd get dressed up, kind of just go out and have a beer.
Pretty much
Yeah.
like me and you. We get our zoot suits on and hit the streets of North Park.
Bringing classiness back.
I like it. What's the guy's name?
His name is Julian.
Julian, because he's in there a good bit, right?
Yes, he's a big fan of Border X. And
Well, I mean, you guys are supporting like that kind of. You're supporting creativity.
yes, exactly.
Right?
And
And
that's
I-
a big thing at Border X.
Oh, absolutely, man. And the beer at Border X. Have you ever heard of Border X?
Would you stop?
Oh, no, I'm going to throw you
Would
under the
you
bus.
just-
The bus went over. It's rolling back.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
coming
just-
back for
I'm just
more.
Twop, 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 twop on the wheel at this point.
No, so one of the Border X, you guys take like a traditional style, but then you add in kind of.
Yeah, a Latin twist to
There
it.
you go. Exactly. So in particular, like the Blood Saison.
Yes.
That's a saison that you did with Jamaica.
Jamaica and agave.
Yeah. That's like, is that your most popular?
Yes, definitely. And then the second one would probably be Abuelita's chocolate stout.
Mm-hmm.
So they use Abuelita's hot chocolate to
Awesome.
create this fantastic beer.
See, I'm all about your pale ale with the figs because I think that's kind of
It's very unique.
yeah. You drink a pale ale, Dave, and you think hops, you think a little malt, but then there's this sweetness, and the figs come across kind of like chocolate in a pale ale. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm digging their stuff.
Well, now I'm going to have to go.
Now you have
I'm not
to.
working tomorrow afternoon. What are you doing?
I'm probably working, but I can go.
Okay, good.
I'll make it. I'll make a reason.
Let's
to
call
go.
your clients right now. Get them on the phone.
They're calling me right now, so mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's awesome. That's really exciting. And Border X is again off Logan Avenue
Yeah,
in Barrio Logan.
2181 Logan Avenue.
And this is
we're
happening-
also having a homebrewer competition in July.
That's
Oh.
right.
Yes.
Andy. Huh?
We got to
Huh?
enter
Huh?
the Craft City
We got
Listing
some
collaboration brew.
endangered animals like we've always talked about.
That's right. We're gonna
But-
we're gonna go hunt down some
Eagle
Delta
beak.
smelt.
Yeah, bald eagle beak pale ale. How many years have you guys done this beer? Is this your first
This
year?
is the first year.
Oh, good
and
for you.
it's already a full calendar year. So now we have the homebrewer competition. We actually have the SD Beer and Art Festival in August. And we also have in between art shows here and there. But if you check the website, then you can always be updated with everything.
Man, you guys are busy.
Yeah.
It's a very
Very.
cool place.
I can feel the energy.
We're gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about
Okay.
all the happenings. Maybe a little bit more happenings at Border X. We'll cover some more beer and art fest. But you guys willing to hang out and party with us for another block here?
For sure.
Yeah, we are David, Craft City Listing,
Yep.
your network of business professionals who enjoy, consume, and talk business and beer. Is that correct?
Yes. Let's take it to the break and we'll talk.
We'll talk to you more later.
Yeah. Bye.
Over the course of over 20 years in practice, Mr. Garrison has tried more than 45 cases, winning many multi-million-dollar jury verdicts and settlements. Mr. Garrison and his team do not shy away from hard work, hard cases, or earning results. Their reputation for being aggressive, experienced trial lawyers has produced excellent results for their clients, both in and out of the courtroom. Trial lawyers will give you practical advice based on real-world experience. There's only one way to acquire this kind of experience. Earn it under pressure in court. Greg Garrison's trial experience allows his team to counsel you in practical ways. It is their goal to avoid litigation if possible. However, if your case must be tried, they know how to win. Call Greg Garrison. Consultations are free. Choosing the wrong lawyer is not. Greg Garrison is the exclusive criminal defense attorney for The Craig Sewing Show, The American Dream, and their entire team.
Hey, your host, Craig Sewing here. I got some great advice for you here today. Please tune in. Listen, everyone has a credit score. I am a believer that every one of those credit scores has inaccuracies that affect it within that credit report. It's pretty much a proven fact. Now, the question is, what do you do about your credit? The bureaus don't make money off of giving you an accurate credit score. They could care less. They make money by selling your information to the big banks and mortgage companies, insurance, realtors. I can help you stop that. We can help you get a free credit report that doesn't ding your credit. We can help you opt out of having your information sold. All those letters you're getting in the mail, email offers, it's because they're selling your information to anyone who will buy it. You got to stop it. It puts you at risk at identity theft. Here's what you can get today. A free credit package from Aran Sanai. Aran is the best in the business. He's going to teach you how to get that free credit report, how to opt out, and if you need any credit advice, he'll chat with you for free as well. His number, 866-CREDIT-PRO. 866-CREDIT-PRO. Give Aran a call. 866-CREDIT-PRO. Or if you like, visit me online. Tell me about your story. CraigSewing.com. Call Aran, 866-CREDIT-PRO, or visit CraigSewing.com.
Welcome back. Craft City Listing, Andy Killian, Merchant Services Guru, David T. Worth,
So good to be here.
real estate mogul. Speaking of real estate, so we're here joined with David and Veronica of Border X Brewing.
Victoria.
Victoria, what did I say?
Veronica.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I'm
you
sorry.
did.
That's what you get for making fun of me.
Come up in instant karma. All right. Victoria and David of San Diego Beer and Art Festival happening tomorrow at Border X Brewing Company Tasting Room, 2181 Logan Avenue. Is that correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. I'm pumped. Now, here's the thing. I talked to a couple people and I tell them, guys, that vibe you got off of North Park 7 years ago, that's the vibe that's happening in Barrio Logan. And you know what their immediate reaction is? No, it's not. It's like that scene from Short Circuit 2 where like the Vatos start dancing in front of Johnny Five and it's
Yeah.
awful. And I'm like, have you been there? Do you get that a lot? Do you guys see people who react that way?
Definitely, we do.
Yeah. So how's that changing? Do you think it's changing?
Tremendously, yes.
Yeah. And
Yes.
why?
I think what it is the art itself is kind of giving it that friendliness, that welcoming.
The warmth, the community.
Yes, and just the, general, as far as some kind of, how would I say, not ethnicity, but culture that's behind it. Yes.
Yeah.
The culture itself brings out more to it than just being this, just kind of like random art just being put up.
Oh, sure.
Yes. And having culture behind it just gives it that kind of warm feeling coming into something that's, home-like. You come into any restaurant around there, it's usually family-owned business, and that's what's good about this brewery that we work at.
Because it's family-owned.
Yes.
Yeah, you got Martin, you got Marcel. David's their
Marcelino.
uncle. Marcelino. Is that Marcel's full name?
No, that's his dad.
Oh, dang. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I haven't met Marcelino yet. But it's a beautiful family-owned place. Now,
People are let's say people are afraid of what they don't know too.
yeah, there's that.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah, I talked to a commercial real estate agent who will remain nameless, and I was telling him, like, dude, I think that Barrio Logan is really kind of ripe for some retail, new stuff going in retail-wise.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, maybe for industrial, maybe for commercial, because you've got, NASCO, you've got BAE, you've got all those big shipyards. But I'm like, no, dude, go to Border X. Go to Las Cuatros Milpas, right? Go check it out and tell me you don't feel something coming off that area. And he's like, huh. And I'm just like, why are you so skeptical? And why do you, I don't know. They developed everything in downtown, right?
Yes.
And then why is it that nobody believes that the barrio could be, coming along the same way the rest of downtown has?
It's because they don't know.
It's because they don't know.
No, I actually, while we were having this conversation, I think a big thing is like some of those neighborhoods get a bad rep for crime, right? So we get buyers in, they're like, oh, that's a bad neighborhood, lots of crime. So I pulled up crime indexes. They use something called a crime index. So Barrio Logan, I'll pair it up against East Village. So the crime index is 268 for Barrio Logan. East Village, 854.
That's so I'm guessing higher is bad.
So they're looking at it like they have it broken down into murder, rape, armed robbery. So I mean, they have all the categories and then they give it an index.
Oh wow.
So East Village, which is supposed to be super classy and whatever,
$800,000 condo,
4 times the amount of crime as we got going on Barrio Logan.
See,
so
the artists,
get over it, people.
Yeah.
When that old couple in their Cadillac try to hit the Cornell Bridge and they like go down and then you see their eyes like, where are we? Yeah. Look at this culture.
It's like, could be worse. Could be in East Village.
Jerks.
No, I don't. And that's another thing. You're encouraging artists to come in and flourish. They're not going to go in and start a ruckus and become criminals, right? They're expressing themselves. They have some freedom. I really appreciate that Border X is embracing that and welcome them all in there in such a very physical way. You've got a specific space where everybody can be, represented. It's awesome. How's your experience been at Border X? Have you seen like the clients kind of change over time or just
It's
grow?
always been all over the place.
Yeah.
We can't say that we get one specific genre of people coming in. It's just always been a little bit of everything. And I think that's what everyone likes about it. They come in and then you have your fancy people. And then you have, your normal local people.
Your fancy people.
Your fancy.
Why are you pointing at me, Dave?
I mean, we get like council people coming in and they have their meetings. And then we have, we've even had baby showers. We have a little bit of everything. Like no one's really too.
I think I remember I was in there and David Alvarez came in and brought his staff with him. So you got a good mix of like the downtown government officials wandering in there too. I mean, you're in an ideal location to pull.
And if we're going to worry about criminals,
politicians is where we start.
Why do they have all those white envelopes, Andy?
I don't know what that means.
But people come in and they fall in love and they don't want to leave. And then they just realize exactly the same thing. Like, why have I waited so long to come in here?
Oh yeah. And it's weird. And I think there's still just this wall of, we heard that this area was once bad, and we have no reason to think different.
Hey, you want to talk bad area that was once bad? North Park was the worst.
Yeah, absolutely.
The worst.
That was like the red light district.
Hold on, check my stats. North Park. So the crime index for North Park, 1,030.
Jiminy crickets, and everybody's clamoring to get there, get into North Park. It's so bizarre, man.
North Park is second highest to Pacific Beach. Those are 2 highest crime areas in San Diego.
And people are like, I don't know if I want to go to the barrio.
Spring break.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're the ones.
Pacific Beach is super safe.
Oops, I drove my car into the water.
Oh my God. I drove drunk and killed 7 people.
That's not funny. Sorry. Why am I laughing? That's horrible, David. And I don't know. It's just weird to me that people are so put off by this.
Yes, definitely. We have a lot of art shows, so they should definitely stop by and check it out.
This is a great opportunity to see what you guys have been missing.
So where can we send people to get information? And I mean, we're going to post it up on Facebook.com/Craft City Listing. Where are you guys going to post some more information? Is there a website for this? Do they go to the Border
So the
X?
website is for San Diego Beer and Art Fest, and it's sdbeerartfest.com.
SD Beer Art Fest, not beer and art. Beerartfest.com.
Yes.
Okay. And Border X. Where do we find them? BorderX.com?
BorderX.com. BorderXBrewing.com. But I would say the best bet is Facebook because that's like the most updated things as far as business hours, events that are going on. And
which you are having a lot of. Does it also post your food trucks happening? Because I know you got that kitchen in there where you can have the food trucks just
we usually have the food trucks in the back and we try to do it every Friday and Saturday.
All right.
We don't really post. We post the day of, like, hey, we're having this food truck, come down and eat.
So follow you on Facebook for that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Dude, I'm telling you, Dave.
I got my Friday night planned.
Better.
Yep.
Going right there.
Yes, and we're kid friendly, we're dog friendly.
I've seen both there.
Yes.
I see. I spend a lot of time there. If I haven't mentioned this already,
You gotta come drag David over.
yeah.
Bring him across that bridge.
Yeah, they're a client of mine, so I've spent some time with them. Maybe too much time, but you guys are over it. Andy, please leave. Please stop drinking. But it's such a great place, and it's such a fun place to people watch, and it's so easy to get to for me. And the fact that you have parking behind the building is a lifesaver.
Prime real estate.
How do you feel about the parking in Barrio Logan, David?
Horrible.
Yeah?
So that is one drawback to that neighborhood.
Because there's so much residential
I've tried to move my office down there. I had 4 people that work with me, and dude, we just can't make it make sense because the parking's so sporadic. A lot of it's like, 2-hour parking. But I do think that they're trying, or they've already put in some kind of parking structure there, but I'm not sure if it's for the...
That's for the college.
Yeah. Is that what that's
What's
for?
the college down there?
They're building it right now.
Oh, really?
So it should be the new Cesar Chavez college.
Is it a community college? Or
I
is
believe
it...
so.
Wow, I had no idea, because that's just right down the road from City College, really.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so parking's one of those things that tends to hold neighborhoods back a little bit when it comes to real estate stuff, because people are like, where am I going to park my car? Where am I going to park my car?
But if you have a traffic calm neighborhood and everything's bikeable, you don't need parking. See how I segued back? I don't know if that actually is a legitimate
no, it is.
Point of debate.
It is, but it's not enough to overcome the lack of parking, at least until we're like, everyone's on bikes, but that's not going to happen.
That's not happening.
No. But, that's the one drawback to Barrio Logan, especially for businesses, I would think. Like,
that's why it's so cool that they have parking.
Yeah, you got a parking lot, so good for you. But there's other businesses down there that don't.
Some more brownie points for us.
Yeah. But then
so park at our place, have a beer, and then go do whatever else you want to do.
Right, exactly.
Well, and you look at Las Cuatros Mill Pass.
Yep.
That place doesn't have any parking, but that doesn't stop them.
No one cares.
What do I know? I'm just in real estate.
I'm just a realtor.
Yeah.
There's only 70,000 of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you're the best, David.
Thanks,
I want to let
man.
you know that.
Are we going to talk about merchant services a little bit?
Dude, I kind of want to, because
there's
they are
news
clients
going
of
on
mine.
in that. I just got one of these things. You can look at it.
What am I looking at?
Well, I know. I'm like,
oh, yeah, you got your chip and pin, didn't you?
This thing.
That's exactly what I want to
This
talk
looks like
about.
my realtor card that I open lock boxes with.
Really?
What up with this?
So that's the chip and pin, also known as EMV or Europay model, right? So what's going to happen is, instead of that magnetic strip, because those have been so easy to pinch information off of, it has your card number, it has your expiration date, and all that fun stuff. The chip and pin, you drop that into a receptacle that reads the chip. And the chip, every time it's dropped in there, leaves a unique identifier for that particular instance in time that cannot be duplicated, right? It's
What's
not
a
like you can just
receptacle?
break it.
Sounds like I just throw my card into a trash can and it like throws it back
It's
out
basically,
at me.
I say receptacle because it's kind of like dropped straight down as opposed to swiped, and it just held there until the transaction's completed. This is all a boring way of saying people are going to need to buy these things, these new little swipers.
When you say people, you mean businesses.
I mean businesses.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And so it's going to be, it's going to make my life a living hell. This was something that was put into place by Visa, MasterCard, Discover. I have nothing to do with it. Consumers have nothing to do with it. Government has nothing to do with it. Visa, MasterCard, Discover is saying the liability for fraud is moving to you unless you get these new chip and pin systems.
So does it impact consumers at all?
It might result, there's a potential that it can result in a higher price if they have to upgrade systems. Other than that, the only other way is maybe that it would slow down your service time where you're using your credit card.
But it's going to provide more protection, because I know
in theory,
I have a particular bank. It rhymes with Schmace. And dude, I'm on my 4th debit card, personal, and 4th debit card business in less than a year.
Because of fraud.
I am over it.
Oh, yeah. But at the same, and it makes you safer in theory. Everything's hackable.
Right.
And Visa, MasterCard, and Discover are just tired of taking the liability all on themselves for it, and they're passing it on to small businesses. Yay, America.
Yeah.
So that's really sweet of them.
Yeah, pass that along.
I will. But anyway, it's going to be a nightmare for me, but we're going to get through it. You got to have options. You got to talk to somebody now and know what your options are going to be when this starts happening. Otherwise, everybody on your block gets it done. You don't. Somebody that's walking down that street gets hit for credit card fraud. You're getting all the liability.
Well, we have a pile of business owners that listen to this, because we get messages from them. We have breweries that listen to this. Is so like if I go into a brewery right now, per se, or a business for that matter, and I swipe an old card, it still works.
Oh, yeah.
Is there going to be a time when these guys got to get the receptacle?
October is the date that Visa, MasterCard, Discover will start punishing you, making you take the liability for any breach, any credit card
So like
fraud.
if there's a fraud, Visa's like, yeah, just call up, Joe Schmo Brewery.
They would normally take care of the collections and the resolution. Now they're saying like, that's on you. That was your bad. And give me a call if you have any questions on how you can update to these solutions. 619-251-8000 Southwest Merchant Services, because it's coming and you need to be ready for it, but it's not something you should be scared of. And a lot of times right now, I see a lot of places that are going in with these giant terminals, and I'm like, you just dropped how much money on that terminal, and you're going to have to upgrade it in October?
Yeah.
Now
it's because they're getting bad advice because they're not Andy Killian.
That's right. Yeah, I've got Dr. Steph. We're setting up her new office, and I was like, let's rent these swipers. And she's like, I'd rather just buy them outright. And I understand that. I think buying them outright is almost always the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Almost. Because in October, we're going to have to buy all these things again.
So if people jump on Facebook.com/Craft City Listing, they can get connected with you. They can go through,
shoot a message there.
SouthwestMerchantServices.com?
Yeah, SouthwestMerchantServices.com.
You can find you there. And then it looks like we got to probably jump into our break here.
Yeah, we're coming up on the break.
One sec. David, Victoria, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks you guys for having
People go
us.
visit BorderXBrewing.com.
San Diego Beer and Art Fest.
San Diego Beer Artfest.com. It's tomorrow night, March 27th, 5 to 11.
2181
There's going to
Logan
be so
Avenue.
much cool stuff, and I'm going to have to go because Andy's just put me on a wall of shame. We will see you guys after the break.
Farewell.
Forget what you think you know about reverse mortgages. Today's new reverse mortgages are a powerful financial tool to improve your long-term financial security. Bruce McPherson is a certified reverse mortgage professional with years of experience. Find out about the amazing line of credit guaranteed to grow for you every month, tax-free, even if your home values fall. Call for your free appointment with Bruce McPherson to assess your needs. Call toll-free 866-223-7174. Learn more online at reversemortgagebruce.com.
We're in the depths of a retirement crisis. I'm Big Stu. You and I are the same shoes, mine a bit larger, but you get the picture. Mid-60s and ready to retire in style. I've spent almost 40 years in this business, and I've heard every excuse as to why not. I'm here to tell you that you must take action. My no-nonsense retirement planning has helped thousands of people prepare for retirement and provide a stress-free retirement. Call me, Big Stu, at 800-313-PLAN. That's 800-313-PLAN.
California license number 0505247.
Hey, Craig Sewing here, committed to helping you win in any marketplace. Look, one of the things I really pride myself on is coming into the show and bringing you real information, educating you, empowering you, and engaging you to do something about it. Outside of the show, I have to tell you, I've developed San Diego's finest network of professionals, from finance to real estate to mortgage to tax plan to credit to estate planning. All of it is so important, whether you're looking at filing a bankruptcy or you have billions, bankruptcy to billions or something in between. I can help you with our network of elite professionals. If you want an introduction on anything on that financial wheel, any of those spokes, all you have to do is reach out to me online. If you want to connect with my network, you want to connect with a professional, get a free consultation around anything, get some of your questions answered, here's the best website you can go to connect with me and my network, YourSanDiegoNetwork.com. YourSanDiegoNetwork.com. Make sure you bookmark it as your consumer advocate. This is how I can help you. YourSanDiegoNetwork.com.
Oh, I hope you can stand it.
I used to love this song.
This
when I
was a
was
great
in
song.
I don't even know what grade. I won't date myself, but it was awesome and I loved it.
I want to say I was about 8th grade.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
That's about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm
seventh, 8th grade.
Cool. Who
Yeah.
are you?
Hey, welcome back. Oh, the microphone's on? Hey, welcome back to Craft City Listing. We are everything San Diego beer, business, and real estate. We just had wonderful guests in studio, David and Victoria from Border X. And
did I say Veronica on our way out again?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I did. Oh my
I've done
gosh.
that before, except it was with somebody's wife, and I was talking about their ex-girlfriend. I mixed the names up. Awful.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice job, Worth. On the phone with us now, our favorite insurance partner to the Craft City Listing is Daiju Yoshino. Daiju, what up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I heard you're getting all official in Sacramento or somewhere like that.
What?
Yeah, I was kicking it with legislators and, you know.
Hey, so
Dude, I heard you were hitting up some breweries up there. Is that correct, sir?
Oh, there's delicious breweries up in the Bay Area, you know.
Where
have you been? Have you been to any of them yet?
No, but Andy, you were telling me to go check out one in Berkeley. That it's a must check. I got to check it out or something.
Field work.
What's it called again?
You need to go to field work. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, field work.
Whatever you do, don't take the BART because you might get confused between a beer and a rapid transit, and you're gonna have no idea what I'm talking about. But you should laugh because it is funny.
It's funny.
Chuckle.
So, Daiji, what's going on in insurance? I got a text message from you before the show. Let's talk about Uber and Lyft. That's I think that's a great topic. That's a weird topic because there's been a lot of controversy around how Uber and Lyft drivers are insured. Because you got people that are just like, hey, I want to be an Uber driver. I'm going to take my cool like Toyota Corolla and drive people around San Diego. Mm-hmm. What's going on in that world?
So what a lot of drivers don't know is they don't have coverage while they're waiting to pick somebody up.
What?
So when they're just chilling and driving around as Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, they don't have coverage. So if they get into an accident, their insurance may exclude it. They might not get coverage.
Wow.
So like they're just sitting on a curb in Claremont, just waiting for that next Uber ping to come in, and they get plowed by a truck.
Semi.
Done.
Yeah.
No insurance.
That might go, on a big claim like that, they might dig deeper and find out that the guy was working or she was working, and it might not get covered.
So yeah, if they find out they were working, they're going to look at the business policy, and the business policy is going to say, was there a driver was there a passenger in the car? They're going to say no, and they're going to be like, big old gap in your insurance. Is that right?
Yeah, gap in the coverage.
Dang, man, I don't like those gaps.
I love Daishu's. Yeah, that's a gap. Yeah,
that's definitely a gap.
Yeah, you don't want to cover that.
When you go in and you talk to Daiju, he just turns on the Hank Hill. Yep, that's a gap. That's right there. Dang old gap.
So Daiju, I saw this thing. I think it was on the Today Show, like maybe 2 days ago, and I rarely watch.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, to the Today Show. But there was a thing on there where they were talking about this family putting their kids in an Uber to drive them to school because they were too busy. So what happens if those kids get wiped out in an Uber while on the way to school? Is that Uber driver insured?
Yeah, Uber picks up the coverage while they're picking the person up. So once they get dinged and they start driving over, and then when the passengers are in the car, they have coverage. It's while they're just hanging out waiting to get picked up or whatever.
So is that part of the reason you're up there in Sacramento? Are you up there talking about these kind of rules and restrictions?
Yeah, so we're just talking about we were talking about Farmers may be coming up the second company that is going to cover that gap in coverage.
And that would be you, the Daiju Yoshino agency.
Yeah. So that should be coming up in a couple months. It sounds like it's pretty good. The commissioner talked to us in the morning, and it seems pretty good. And I mean, nothing's 100%, of course, but things are looking good for us in that department.
Now, do you think that that's going to solve some of the issues around Uber and Lyft? Because that's like, there's so much controversy, and people have their, crazy theories about what happens if you get in an accident with Uber. I mean, at that point, provided those drivers have farmer coverage, I mean, I think that would resolve some of the issues with the whole Uber Lyft thing, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of it will get, less gaps is always good, but it's such a new thing, the whole Uber and Lyft thing. It's new, and it happened very quickly. I think there's just going to be a couple other issues that come up as time goes on. But
let me throw out a realistic hypothetical here, because this happens to me all the time. I get into an Uber, all right? And the driver is just uncontrollably attracted to me. And it makes me very uncomfortable.
I mean, that doesn't even need to be an Uber driver. It's like anytime you hop into a car.
Every time. But in this case, it's happening while this person is on the clock. Is there coverage available through this policy? When I get in the car and they throw me unwanted advances because they can't help it. Let's be honest. What happens there?
Totally, perfectly, obviously, happens all the time scenario. Like, for example, it's a liability issue. So yeah, I mean, of course, the Uber policy should probably have some coverage for that. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're out there and you're driving an Uber or a Lyft in San Diego, you're going to give Daiju a call. You're going to get on his website, DaijuInsurance.com. Daiju, what's a good phone number for you?
619-220-0700.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Daiju. Good luck up there. And for the record, I really like Uber and Lyft. I think it's really awesome. Here's one thing that hit me, though. I was out at spring training because I know Andy loves sports. And I was driving around with buddies in an Uber, and I realized none of them were wearing seatbelts, but like the guy that was driving was not really looking like the most stellar driver. Where does that trust come from? I'm like, you trust this guy? Like,
it's Arizona.
And the only thing he had in his car was a Kid Rock CD, and he was just jamming it. And my buddy's like, I think we're going to get skinned in the desert. Like, this is crazy. So anyways, Daiju, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you next week, buddy.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Dude.
Yeah.
I got some angry tweets from a friend right now.
Yeah.
Tweets, I mean texts.
About what?
I get confused.
What?
So remember how we were talking about that longshoreman strike?
Yes.
And Duckfoot Brewing experienced some issues with that because they just got their brew house yesterday.
Do you want to just recap what exactly happened?
Yeah. Longshoremen went on strike. Better pay, better conditions.
What are longshoremen?
Oh, those are the people that run the ports. Right?
Yeah, sorry. I knew what it was. I just wanted
I should clarify.
Clarifying point.
The people that run the ports, the people that move the containers off the boats and get them into your hands.
So they went on strike.
Yeah. And there's a crap ton of brewery equipment waiting on a lot of those boats.
Yes.
In particular, Duckfoot Brewing in Miramar, client, they just got their brew house yesterday. They were sitting on this ready to go space, paying overhead on staff that they had hired on.
Oh, the commercial space.
Gosh, yeah,
tens of thousands of dollars.
Easy, right?
Yeah,
dude. So my buddy up in Ventura, who's opening Topa Topa Brewing. He sent me, I wanted to get him on the phone. I wanted to see if he could talk about it. He's like, I don't think I could talk about it as a sane, rational person. I would come off as a raving lunatic because it's very aggravating. This is what he said. 3 weeks waiting in this second shipment, and it hasn't even passed x-ray. Contraband exam scheduled after that. After demurrage fees, $8,000 and climbing. This is on his second shipment. In total, there was in the first shipping, the last shipment was $6,000 in demurrage fees for the previous one. What this means is because the boats can't bring the product to shore while the longshoremen are on strike, you pay for that equipment to sit there on that boat every day.
With sailors drinking homebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having a great time. It's like, it's not their problem, but you got to pay for it. So $40,000 is what he estimates total overhead wasted, from his brewery to pay for the longshoreman strike.
Would Who have ever thunk? It's not a real word, but I like to.
We can use that word. It's your show, David.
Yeah. Who would have thought that would be a factor in starting a brewery?
You would hope not. I was
so blindsided. It proves the risk. Mm-hmm. Although I do believe the risk is worth it, because what a great industry to be a part of. My God.
Just one thing like that, it could totally take you out. Like
take you out.
The Duckfoot guys, Brett and Matt, they invested, they had their life savings into this company. If this had prolonged any further, if they didn't get their brew house any day now, or yesterday as the case is, but it could totally ruin them, man.
Yep.
And it's not something you can plan for. And I don't know if it's something that you should really plan for, but it's crazy. And the longshoremen, they're unionized from the top of Washington all the way down to the border.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you can't just go into another port and then drive it down.
Let's get those guys in here after they get themselves
We obviously need to balance out this story a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I've got friends and they have opinions, but the longshoremen have opinions
I'd
too,
like to get the Duckfoot guys in here and hear.
Oh, we're going to get them in.
Because that had to been just really stay awake at night kind of stuff.
That's it's you get visions of baseball bats dancing through your heads, when stuff like that happens.
Spring training.
Not not sports, David.
Hey,
not today.
I'll tell you this. Padres, 24-ounce craft beers, all San Diego.
What?
craft beers out there, $7 24 ounce. You can't get it. 24. That's more than
the
bottle.
ballpark.
That's a deal. Anyways, I know we're out of time.
We are. We're coming up on the end here.
Great week.
It has.
Tune in next week, 7 p.m., same place, same time.
And maybe you'll see Dave Worth at the San Diego Beer and Art Wall.
Beer and Art Fest.
Sorry.
With not Veronica, it's Victoria.
Holy crap.
So check that out. We're going to post everything about it, facebook.com/Craft City Listing. And if you know somebody that you feel should be on this show, hit us up. We want to have them on, as long as they're cool. All right, we'll see you next week, guys.
Cheers.